is very important. Reducing stress factors, those kind of things can reduce the risk of developing it. But it's not something that's hereditary, because a lot of people think it's hereditary. According to research and science, it's not hereditary. So, we don't know. As I said, there are things that you can do to reduce your risk of developing it. There are supplements that you can take, which we are told, and I can attest to, does help with cognitive ability. So the omega oils, for example, and there is a product that I use personally, but also that I use for a lot of my residents. And we are seeing a difference, and it's an extract, a mushroom extract called lion's mane. I've been advocating this for the longest while. We are seeing beneficial effects of use of this particular product, which we do not have on island as yet, but it can be ordered.
The name is?
Lion's Mane.
Lion's Mane.
Yeah, MANE, and it's essentially it's a mushroom, but it actually looks like the mane of a lion. It's white. It's amazing. If you can get the organic product, it does work. I take it. And even for people, for ladies, if you are going through the menopause, lion's mane really helps with brain fog. And I'm speaking from personal experience. It really does make things just a little bit clearer. Really does. So I recommend it. I highly recommend it. It is not a cheap product to buy, but it is actually worth it, and you will start to see the beneficial effects of it within a month or so.
I know you're very passionate about dementia, for
Yes,
sure.
I am.
And if we have to talk about it, I will keep going.
Yeah,
but
we could talk all day and all night.
we're here to
Maybe
talk,
all year.
We're here to talk about something special happening on Friday.
Yes, we are. So this is the 5th event of its kind. What we do with the Dominica Dementia Foundation and Tina Alexander from Lifeline Ministries is that we host an event for the day, and it is specially targeted. It's for senior citizens, but we particularly target persons suffering with dementia and their carers. It's a safe space where we do activities, we enjoy each other's company, but more important of all, it gives the carer especially a break to meet with other carers, to get advice on how to coping strategies. Lunch is provided, snacks, we have lots of activities. So we do things like light armchair exercises, we do arts and crafts, we make necklaces, we do lots of stuff. And it's at everybody's pace. There's no obligation to join in, but there are different things that you can do for the day. And it starts at around 10 o'clock. We have, hymns, and we're in the month of Lent. So this is really about reflection.
And where is that taking place?
At Mont Daniel, at our facility in Mont Daniel. And yeah.
So what about persons who want to get there?
Well, we can provide transportation depending on where you're coming from for a modest fee of $5, because obviously we have to pay the drivers. And also lunch is provided for $15. For people who may have difficulties or may not be able to afford it, we will take that into consideration. That's not an issue at all. It can be, there are those who are coming who will not be paying that. It really is just to help us, so that for things like stuff that we need to buy, it helps with that. But I have to say that we do have some companies, some businesses, local businesses, who have very kindly agreed to sponsor certain things. So I want to say a very big thank you to HHV Woodchurch and Company Limited, because they didn't, before the letter landed on their desk, I already had the response. So I'm really very, very grateful to them and the Red Cross. And there are lots of other businesses who have agreed to assist in whatever way they can, which is fantastic, because that's the whole idea, because this is a community-based event, and we want as many people as possible to benefit from it.
And you start at what time in the morning?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock to
till
3?
3, yeah.
10 o'clock
And
to
you're not obliged to stay. Let me just be clear. You're not obliged to stay until 3 p.m. So it's, come if you want to come for a couple of hours with someone that you care about and you just want a break. And also an opportunity for carers to get some coping strategy advice, which is completely free of charge. And you can speak to other carers and, get their experience of what they're going through, because each individual with dementia is different. No two are the same. So it's always good to get, and also you get some good tips. We talk about dementia. It's something that we shouldn't be afraid to talk about, and we should educate the public.
Are you always in that condition, or it comes and goes?
They have moments of lucidity, but it depends on how advanced their condition is. So as they progress or descend further into the world of dementia, you get less lucidity. But sometimes as well, you have to remember the old memories are still there. It's the recent memories that are gone. And so sometimes they confuse. They'll be talking about one thing and mixing it up with another thing. The important thing is understanding how to respond, because often, especially family members who perhaps do not have, haven't looked up or haven't had any advice, what will happen is often they try to bring the person with dementia into their reality. But what they have to do is to step into the reality of the person with dementia. So in other words, you
have to be trained somewhat.
You do need some training and you do need support. It's very, very important for anyone looking after a person with dementia to have some form of support. And often, especially family members, they tend to do it alone.
Somebody says, "Man, this lady is very caring. I just wanted to tell her that." Tell her Stephen said that, Stephen.
Oh, thanks, Stephen. Thank you very much.
All right, somebody just wanted to pass that message. And again, if you have to get there are ways to get in there, and of course you just explained that, right?
Yes. So if you want to register to attend the event, especially if you're going to need transportation, and I mean transportation for both the person with dementia and the carer, please call Tina Alexander. Her number is 235-8367 235-8367, and she will organize transportation. For those of you who know me, if you want to call me, you're more than welcome to get more information. And my number is 276-2871, 276-2871. Registration is with Tina Alexander, 235-8367.
And clearly, it's not an expensive exercise, just to give your patient a little time off from the daily routine, right?
Yeah, and also for the carer, just to have a safe space where they know, okay, especially if they've got a wanderer, and the grounds at Mont Daniel are palatial, there's a lot of space. Oh, the mango tree's got lots of mangoes on it at the moment, so they can roam about, and there will be other carers. So remember, our carers from FARCS will be there. So you've got a safe space where you can take maybe 30 minutes just for you to chill and talk to other people and not worry about the person that you're looking after, because that they're in a safe space. So it's important for the carer as well.
So if you drop that person off to Mont Daniel, do you have to stay or you can come back?
You could. I would prefer it if you stayed, because the whole idea is to spend time with both people, because we need to give support to the carers, and that's something often the carers they're overlooked. And so it's important that they get some time. But if you really feel that the better thing would be to drop the person off and then come back and pick them up later, we don't have an issue with that. You're more than welcome to do that. The only thing I ask you to do is, when you're registering the individual, let us know that that's what you're going to be doing.
Somebody else says, this lady has such a big hat. Copel from, of course, Lena says she has a very big hat.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. It's my senior citizens is my passion. That's what I think I was put on this planet to do, quite frankly, at least at this time of my life.
Somebody says, I have somebody from VCAS that needs to be there. How do we get that person there,
Well, if you call me when I come off the show, then I can give you some more information. So take down my number. It's 276-2871. That would be fantastic because that would be a real day out, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we can take a phone call or two there before you leave. We have just about maybe 2 more minutes. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Yes, I'm there, Matt. Good morning to you and good morning to my wonderful friend. I want to tell her thank you so much for service rendered to people and country. Too many times we allow people to die, and after they die, we say, she was a nice person, he was a nice person. I don't believe in that hypocrisy. I want to tell her how much I love her, how much I appreciate her. I want to tell her I pray for good health, long life, peace, joy, and harmony for you. And I hope in the not too distant future, Dominica will be able to recognize you for service to elderly people. Thank you so very much, with much love.
All right.
Thank you.
Any closing comments before you go?
My closing comment is this. Please, everyone who's listening today, remember that if we are blessed enough to have our golden years, that sometimes we may, without even realizing it, descend into
Hello,
this.
I have to go to work, man.
Well, that go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may descend into this world called dementia, this terrible, terrible affliction. So today, I want you to do something special for a senior. You might be out and about. You might see one of them trying to get on a bus with a bag. Give a hand, lend a hand, say good morning. You know, sometimes I walk down the street and I see someone in a nice dress and I don't know them from Adams, but I will stop and say to them, you look really lovely in that dress, and the smile that you get. So if you apply that to older persons, you never know what they're going through. A lot of them live alone. And sometimes when they're out, it's nice just to talk to them, say hello. How are you doing today? Are you okay? You never know.
Never ever know.
Never ever know.
You might be there tomorrow too.
Exactly. And you know what? It feels good when someone, you pay a compliment to someone and they smile. It's amazing. Okay, so do something special for a senior citizen today, please.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come back soon, okay?
I hope so.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
And good luck with this activity tomorrow.
Thank you so much. It's on Friday. Friday.
Sorry, time is moving so quickly.
Yeah.
Give us the number again so they can give you a call.
Right. So you can call me on 276-2871 to register to attend the event. Call Tina Alexander on 235-8367.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you. Take care. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a nice day too. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95, the latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay on for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95, the big station.
I see Golo in shopping for farming supplies. So I ask him, what are you doing inside Bloombox? Do you have a farm? He tell me, that's how it has sort. I've been married 37 years. Look at my money farm. They say, no, not woman, like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
Life can throw surprises your way. Because life, it just happens. With Sagicor, I plan for life's unexpected turns and have a safety net for me and those I love. Call your Sagicor advisor or visit Sagicor.com to learn more. Because, well, life happens.
Dominica, it's your turn to stand for Dewash.
If you want to kill me or you plan to kill me, go right ahead and do it, brother. I have no fear of nothing, no one at all.
Don't allow the authorities to destroy nature, the rivers, the mountain, the nature isle.
Don't call and complain about Dominicans not standing up. Where are you?
Make the call. Save Dewash.
It's not a war against the people. It's a war against wicked principalities in high and low places.
They're taking it to the next level. The court. Call and make your contribution to save Dewash this Friday, 1 to 3. Make that call. Save des branches.
Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season. Insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
March with Digicel. Sign up for a new bundle with postpaid or add postpaid to your Digicel Plus at only $60 and get double data, saving an exclusive discount on handsets. And it's shot winning one of four $1,000 shopping spree. Yes, $1,000 shopping spree. Grab your Digicel. 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 Sideline. Visit a Digicel store or speak to an agent now. Digicel. Real connections, real way, real abundance. Terms and conditions apply.
Dominica Bright System. Dominica Bright System. Dominica Bright Systems, we provide services which are flexible, reliable, and customizable to meet your unique requirements. Dominica Bright Systems, your total freight solutions from start to finish. Located in Capeville, Dominica. Contact us on 616-1705 or visit our Facebook page for more information today. Dominica Bright Systems.
Market, best price, and cash and carry are giving you the chance to win the ultimate tascation. Simply spend $100 or more in store for a chance to win a luxurious weekend getaway at the Secret Berry store, plus 2 VIP tickets to Jazz and Crayon, and spending money. But the excitement does not end here. Enjoy weekly prizes, fun in-store activities, and surprises, all promotion alone. The more you shop, the more chances you get to win. Shop at First Market, best price, or cash and carry today and enter for your chance to win the ultimate tascation. Promotion runs from now until April 24th. Terms and conditions
All right, Dominica. All right, Dominica, it's about 7 to the hour of 9 o'clock. We're going to have an open line there. It's a Wednesday morning.
Court is giving you the chance to experience the Caribbean's premier music and arts event, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Every Court's purchase of $2,999 or more from now to April 23rd gives you a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for two to enjoy the music, the flair, and to create unforgettable memories for you and your guests. Don't miss this opportunity. Shop today, only at Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
All you, I just meet Goldwyn in Roseau again. Same place outside Flossie's. I tried to dock him, but he had time see me. Well, story start again. Man, lot of my father with us, huh? Saka fella, I said the same thing you doing, shopping at Flossie's, and you don't have to tell me the same thing you tell me last time because I busy. Is to hear him way. You reckon? About my pocket, boy. I won't tell you that I save money in food and drinks when I buy quantity. I save more. Oh, shucks, man. Well, when you're still telling me, I know already. To pack I expect him, why? But it could him up here for Palais. I will tell all my friends from London, US and Dominica to come to Flossie's, right next to the Rosa Market. Open Sunday to Saturday. Flossie's can't do it to you.
All right, let's see if we can take a few calls. They have standing by, to have a conversation about some social issues. Mr. Simeon Joseph standing by on the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Marlon.
007. March on Monday, the 23rd of March, will be a very special day. We have confirmation, and then we have the city of Roseau, his worship, the mayor. People have to register to voting time. So I just want to ask a question. The people that in charge of the Roseau city, where the Roseau people have to go and vote, right? Because not up to now, I don't know where I can vote, right, for Roseau city, worship the mayor, right? So is anything Roseau, right? Mark?
I'm here, Marlon. Go ahead.
Okay, Mark, I didn't know Kenny G was going up for Roseau, yeah? That's my good friend. I didn't know that. I heard you saying that, but I say I don't really want to take that in. Then I hear people tell me Kenny G going up for Roseau. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know. So I belong to Roseau, right? So naturally I have to give him my vote, Matt. And that is one of my good friends, Kenny G, and I have my Cat Snipers group, and then you have the Zone Woods. So I want to know where I have to go and vote for Kenny G, my brother.
All right, Marlon. Now go to the city council and find out where you should put your vote. Okay, in support of Kenny G. A very interesting Roseau City Council election coming up. All right. Mm-hmm.
Matt, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, I have a little concern.
What's the concern?
We have you have a system in the bank in Dominica where you come and you save your money, whatever transaction you do, and you just turn your back. When you turn your back, you haven't got a receipt, you haven't got nothing to show. What is your balance? When last? Everything you have to be asking a question, and I find that is very risky. I find that is very foolish, because you know, if you have a problem, you cannot say, well, look that I have. Look, my record showing that the last time I saved X, and look, my balance was that, and I withdraw this. You have got nothing to show that. They have that, you know, without evidence, you haven't got a case. So if I have an issue with my account, how can I go and make a complaint? And they're just telling me what they have, but what I have as record, they don't have that. What it takes, everybody used to have a book, and I'm very, very, very much concerned about that. So I would really wish you would have a little topic on that and for the public to see what we can do about, because I find that I don't even know how to say it. It's very risky. Anyway.
But when you go to the bank, if you need right away a receipt of your balances, you simply ask for it. They don't have to give it to you if you don't want it, but just ask the teller that, you know, I would like a receipt of my balances or whatever you want to find out. I don't think they'll have a problem, unless not the banks I deal with. If you want a balance, I don't think they ever have. I don't know about the other banks, but no, they should. If you want a receipt, you can ask for it. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes.
Hey, Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt. Let me tell you, Matt. There is something going on in St. Joseph, and I need the people of St. Joseph to pay attention of what is going on. Matt, do you know that 3 masked men came and hijacked our village council office in St. Joseph, Matt, and go with a sum of money?
I heard that yesterday, the day before. I think so. Yeah, somebody told me. Somebody reported that.
Matt, do you know our village council office is right next to our police station, Matt?
Of course.
And you're telling me our village council is right next to a police station, and 3 masked men came there and hijacked a young lady that worked in there for how many years she has been working there? Matt, how can you have someone there with so much money in there, paying the elderlies, paying NEP, doing all transaction in there, and there is no police security, or there is no security there with her? She alone in her office, and she have how much money there? Until right now, things hard. People are working, money not flowing, government not giving handout no more because they don't have handout to give. They start an ice machine. They say that they were going to put an ice machine in Layu. They start a foundation there for so long. It stopped. Not even the foundation they can pour. I don't know if the money finishes, the money will finish. Up to now, it's there like an eyesore, and they cannot complete it. Not even the foundation they point. Nothing is happening to us in St. Joseph. You understand? All they want to do is just to come and change Parrep upon Parrep. Every election they want to change a Parrep. Look, I understand they want to bring back Kelvadaru for us. Kelvadaru was there for 5 years in St. Joseph. He leave and he go. He was not doing anything in St. Joseph. Now you want to bring back Kelvadaru. Just now he's been sent and they want to bring back for us. What are we thinking of in St. Joseph? What are we doing in St. Joseph? Our police station, that they take out our police officers, and they say they're going to renovate the building. But it's going on upon how many years now the police station is renovating? Up to today, the police station cannot finish. Look at what is happening to us in St. Joseph. It is time for us to pull our socks up. And when you talk, people telling you don't like the government, that's why you're talking so. Or because you don't like the PM. But what in the PM for me to like the PM? I've been destroying the future of our young people. Why should I even like anything about him? You know what I mean? I will talk. And I don't care how much they victimize me. But I will see. Matthew was there, and you see what happened to me, Marigot, Matt. Matthew, you remember what happened to me, Marigot?
Yeah, I remember. What happened there?
I was the only one out of how many vehicles that parked on the side of the road in a funeral on a Sunday. I was the only one the police pick and choose and give me a fine.
You're wrong on that one. I saw a couple other persons. Maybe that's the only person you observed, but yes, a number of people approached me with a ticket. So you're not the only one, okay?
So you see, on a Sunday, back right on the side of the road, but they give ticket on a Sunday.
As a matter of fact, the caretaker of the government, actually was very upset about that. Yes, I know.
So this is what is happening in our country, man. These people are desperate. They got money not flowing, things are happening. So they're desperate. They want money. They're doing all kind of things. So I calling upon the people of St. Joseph. I asking the people of St. Joseph to wake up, smell the coffee. The United Workers Party going to be at Layu on this Saturday, 5:30 p.m. sharp. Come and listen to what we have in store for you. Come and hear how we're going to bring down cost of living. Come and hear how we're going to revisit the 15% tax that is on us. We're going to revisit that 15% tax. Come and hear what we have in store for you this Saturday at Layu. And all road lead in Layu. I'll be on the road today, and I'm going to call the people of Dominica out. I'll be sitting my PA system, call the people of Dominica out in Layu to come and hear what they're saying. Now is the time for us to change this government, and we're going to change them, and we're going to take them out. Have a good morning.
Have a good morning too. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Bye, Matt.
Morning to you, yes? Uh-huh.
Matt, it's long overdue to get this government out of office. Long overdue. The government is trying to get piece by piece. It's got out of hand right now. Get these people out of office before it get too late. That's all about it.
All right, another telephone call that will engage Mr. Simi and Joseph for a few minutes before we speak to our friends from the credit union. Stick around, Dominica.
Dominica, get ready for the massive UWP General National Meeting in Layu Saturday, March 21st. A massive crowd of patriotic Dominicans will gather to hear and to be informed of the state of the estate of Dominica. Team Dominica, the United Workers' Party, and thousands of dedicated supporters. Cost of living in Dominica is suffocating. Saturday, March 21st. Join the United Workers' Party. The silent majority is ready. From the north, the south, the east, and the West, an impactful lineup revealing shocking revelations. Stand with confidence for liberation and salvation. People in Dominica are frustrated, disappointed, even betrayed. You are not alone. The masses will converge in Layu Saturday, March 21. Come and join the crowd. Be part of history with the UWP, the United Workers' Party. Power must change hands. This election cycle, it's all the way with the United Workers' Party. Surprising revelations.
Just the man that's been for too long, that's making no fall. KFC. KFC. Looking for some place to go. Variety knows for so. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
Dominica, it's your turn to stand for Dewash.
If you want to kill me or you plan to kill me, go right ahead and do it, brother. I have no fear of nothing, no one at all.
Don't allow the authorities to destroy nature, the rivers, the mountain, the nature isle.
Don't call and complain about Dominicans not standing up. Where are you?
Make the call. Save Dewash.
It's not a war against the people. It's a war against wicked principalities in high and low places.
They're taking it to the next level. The courts. Call and make your contribution to save Dewash this Friday, 1 to 3. Make that call. Save Dewash.
All right, Dominic, it's already 9:08 in the morning. Let's engage social scientist there, Mr. Simeon Joseph, on some issues of the day. But before we do that, let's listen to this, of course, presentation by Mr. Franklin Moses on the issue we spoke about yesterday as it relates to the prison.
End the suffering at the maximum security remand block at the
Let's
a
go.
prison officer's plea. End the suffering at the maximum security remand block at the Dominica State Prison. As a prison officer, I've witnessed firsthand the inhumane conditions faced by remanded inmates of the maximum security block at the Dominica State Prisons. It's a situation that weighs heavily on my conscience, and I'm speaking out in the hope that someone will listen and act. The inmates presumed innocent until proven guilty are subjected to a regime that's cruel and unjust. They are locked down from 3 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily with 1.5 hours of recreation time in the morning, or sometimes 1 hour, which they use to bathe or wash. The cells are dark with no lights, making it impossible to read or engage in any meaningful activity. The only light comes from the corridor, forcing inmates to position their books near the door just to catch a glimpse. The meals are a stark reminder of their forgotten status, served at 6 a.m., 11 a.m., and 3 p.m. They are monotonous and lacking in nutrition. The same bland diet of rice, dasheen, lentils, beans, and undercooked meat every day, which can lead to food poisoning. Visits from family and friends are limited to once every other week, with the other block of remands getting visits every week. Phone calls are allowed once a week, a meager concession to the outside world. But it's not just the physical conditions that are inhumane, it is the treatment. A surveillance camera installed in the bathroom is a gross invasion of privacy. Disciplinary measures are harsh. As a prison officer, I have witnessed prisoners being beaten by fellow officers, kicked to the ground and beaten with batons to the point of losing consciousness, all while being handcuffed and in shackles with absolutely no way to defend or even protect vulnerable body parts. Punishment are given without any discussion with the inmates as to the reason or length of punishment. One of the most cruel is being locked in for weeks. If they are let out, it's with handcuffs or just to shower or back into their cells. What can someone do without the use of their hands? How can a human shower while in handcuffs? Medical attention, when needed, is scarce to almost non existent, with some inmates receiving preferential treatment. The cells are suffocating, with no ventilation and no windows. It's a miracle anyone survives that condition. And it's not just the convicted prisoners, it is the remanded inmates treated worse than those who've been sentenced. The ongoing hunger strike at the maximum security remand block is now in its 6th day, is a desperation cry for help. These inmates feel they've been left with no other option but to protest their treatment. As a prison officer, my heart goes out to them. They're not animals. They're human beings deserving of dignity and respect. It's time for change. It's time for us to demand that our authorities take immediate action to address these injustices and ensure that all prisoners are treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. A letter signed by all the inmates at the prisons was sent to the superintendent of prisons, and to date, no response or any acknowledgement. The inmates are asking for humane treatment. Is this too much to ask?
An open letter written to the authorities. When someone purporting to be a prison officer Of course, I'm going to engage here for a few minutes here, Mr. Simeon Joseph, social scientist, and I'm sure he heard that letter there from the prison. Mr. Simeon, a lot of questions as it relates to the treatment of prisoners at the state prison. What are your concerns, and should that matter be investigated? Good morning.
Morning, Matt. Morning to your listeners. You mentioned two words, concerns and investigation.
Mhm.
So I would say first and foremost, the contents of the letter, I think, may not be new to the realities of any prison system. But for me, the major concern I have is the fact that I've listened and I've the day before, particularly a little back and forth. But my main concern, Matt, as it has to do with administration, has to do with there is what I know to be the Prison Act, okay?
Mhm.
And there is a process in the prison where you have visiting justices to the prison. I remember my father at one time being part of the prison committee, one of the justices who visited the prison. And then I know people need to be aware that there is something called the Prison Act, and Section 8 of the Prison Act, Chapter 1270, together with the prison rules, contain detailed provisions on visits and inspections of the prison and submitting a report to the minister as the state of the prison and treatment and conduct of prisoners, under which the minister and the permanent secretary of the prison manages. So my question is, yes, in any prison system throughout the world, and we are aware of that, there are infractions, there are times mismanagement, there's sometimes brutal punishment that is not necessary. But my question is, my main concern is if all the items, if they are valid, I'm not saying they are true or not, because one of the things I have a problem with, Matt, is anonymous letters. You know,
Okay.
I'm a person who believes that if people have to speak on matters, they need to identify, perhaps not their name, but give strong evidence as to who is writing.
Okay.
Because I heard this was written, I heard by a prison officer, but I think I heard a prison officer saying that was not done by it was done by a prison and given to a prison. So there's all kind of suspicion. So once there's suspicion in matters like that, it raises questions as to validity and integrity of the statements made. Because Martin Dominica, we have a lot of wicked people. There are a lot of people who say anything about anybody. And if you watch social media and you watch certain things going around, there are a lot of people who post a lot of things on be it Dominica Breaking News or on their social media page, etc. So I think we have to be careful, as a word of caution, as a caveat, that information that goes out there about any system is valid, is truthful, and has a certain level of integrity. Nonetheless, and so that is my second concern. Nonetheless, the conditions that were outlined by the person in the letter speaks of even greater concerns because, in general, Matt, when we consider what prisons were for, and I'm speaking from the point of view of myself, having been a counselor at the prison, having had to do a sort of review of the prison on behalf of the Interdenominational Committee on Crime and Violence, along with Bishop Malze, Pastor Rodney, pastor from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and one of the pastor from the CUM Church, and I think people like Martin Anthony and Sonia Williams. We were part of that interdenominational committee, and we did a review of the prison, and many things came up. We had the opportunity to interview various prisoners from various sections, albeit we were not allowed to interview certain prisoners from certain sections, and a select group of prison officers. So, given that insight, and one of the takeaways from that was always the treatment of prisoners at the prison, and secondly, the high level of recidivism that happened at the prison, meaning that there were a lot of repeat offenders. One of the main points made of many of those prisoners is that one, they had no choice but to deliberately do things to go back to prison, because once they left prison, there was no way for them to go. No one would take them in. We did make a proposal to the government of Dominica to use a space in Roseau so that we could have an outhouse, a sort of center where people, once they leave prison, would find a place to have a meal, get proper clothing, have a place before they transition, because many of them were not welcome back into their homes, in their communities. They were labeled, and so they would go right back into crime, because that is where they found comfort. So I am talking of all of this with my knowledge. Now, having heard the letter, some things did come back, because a lot of what was in the letter was indeed spoken to us about: lack of adequate food, improper sleep, improper hygiene, and many of those things would if any of those people are around today, they will remember that these were a lot of the things that were stated then. But another concern I have is, time and time again, we have heard the government of Dominica say that they're going to do rehabilitation at the prison. In budget addresses and independence addresses, we have heard the Prime Minister, we've heard the Minister of National Security, we've heard many people over the years speak about improvements at the prison. Okay, and it doesn't seem to be forthcoming. And that's a concern. The other concern that I have is lack of proper training of prison officers. And that is something that, again, as far as I recall, and as far as I know, many Dominicans know, there are many people who are made prison officers, and it's like they're just given a job. They're just given an employment opportunity without realizing that if they do become prison officers, there is a process which has to be, which has to be embarked upon to ensure that people who are working at the prison fulfill the objectives of prison officers, are able to function effectively, are able to function healthily as prison officers. Because, Matt, we must be concerned with an understanding of what is a prison, and what are the foundational roles and diverse aims of incarcerations in the justice system. Because you see, prisons are fundamentally components of the justice system, which reflect society's response to criminal behavior. And historically, imprisonment was a temporary measure used before other punishments like corporal and capital penalties. And so we have what you call an evolution of a prison system. Now, within the prison system, there's something called punishment and accountability. And the primary purpose of incarceration is to impose punishment and ensure accountability for criminal acts. And so the retributive aspects of prison would hold persons responsible for the harm they have caused to victims and society. And so what our justice system aims to do is to deliver a consequence that reflects the seriousness of the crime and of the offense. And so people are sentenced to face penalties for what they have done. So we have a misdemeanor conviction, which may result in jail sentence ranging from a few days to a year. We have felony convictions, which are usually classified as more serious crimes, and also we have other crimes, etc. So that is what I think has to be done. Now, I think that letter should invoke on the authorities a necessity, and I forgot to say as well that another reason for the prison system is to protect the public and to ensure that we safeguard communities by physically removing certain offenders from society, people who may commit criminal activity or be engaged in criminal activity. So they are physically separated for the reason of public safety. People like violent offenders, etc. So we may have habitual offenders, we may have which may face mandatory sentences, and we have people in different categories in terms of. But I think, Matt, listening to the tape, and I heard you were trying to get Mr. Blackmore. I hope they are not spending all their time uselessly investigating where that letter came from, because there is always a tendency to hush, to cover up, to find out who gives information, when in fact, if something is true, you deal with it.
True.
And so I think one of the things that we have to ask certain questions: to what extent is there proper if some of the abuses that we heard of are true, to what extent are there efforts to ensure that the prison officers are well trained? Because prison is not meant to harden people, and that is why sometimes, imagine, let me tell you something. Very few of the people who go to prison are what you call willful offenders. Most of these people are victims of circumstance, environment, and society. When you and that is something people have to do. You see people committing crimes, you see people doing things, but sometimes you have to say spiritually, there go I, but for the grace of God. And you speak to many of the young people. Look at all the people who go to prison for child support. You know, there are men in prison for child support who do not have a job, who have never had proper income, and so the state places a lot of what you call penalty on them to pay child support when they have no income and they end up in prison. So that is something that is disadvantageous sometimes to young men, so they end up in prison. We have young people who have been abused, who have been deprived, who have been denied, who have had their dreams snuffed out, and as a result of which they end up on a survival mode, stealing, selling drugs, doing crime, those kind of things there, because their life histories that they have not. We have people who have been victims of environmental and domestic circumstance, family abuse, mother abuse, and so all they know in their life is violence. So the only way that they can solve a problem is through crime, and so they end up in prison. And so we have to be very careful that people who go into prison already with those backgrounds of hurt and damage and violence, when they go into prison, they do not face that again, because it means therefore they are going to become hardened, and it means therefore they will be so accustomed of abuse that abuse is the only psyche that they know, and so they'll succumb to the abuse. So we have to be very careful that people who work in the prison system are trained to assist people to become better people, than better individuals, better citizens that they are. So we cannot have a purely punitive system in our prison system, okay? Because the real practitioners will tell you of any prison system, and there is evidence around the world to prove it. I mean, some time ago, India did a comprehensive evaluation of the prison system, and there are lots of reports about that, because I remember having to read it when we were doing that investigation over the state prison for the Interdenominational Committee on Crime and Violence. I was one of the persons assigned to do studies of different prison systems around the world. The United States was the worst. Okay, and that is not an example to follow of any incarceration, because incarceration in the United States is a business, it's a private enterprise, so we cannot look at it. But places like India, one or two places in Africa, South Africa, I think Ghana, and so Botswana, to use a Africa system, and also places in South America, and particularly Europe. They have undergone massive prison reform systems, and I particularly remember reading the report from India as to the reform of the prison system in India. They looked at different tools and mechanisms which can assist in alleviating crime in India, and there are statistics to prove that it has worked. They concentrated heavily on probation system for minor offenders, for first-time offenders, etc., and for petty offenders. They concentrated a lot on conditional release versus during mid-sentence for certain prisoners, etc., etc. And they had something called, I think, if I remember, a reformative experiment, whereby they had they put in their correctional landscape in the prison system minimum security facilities where prisoners were allowed to work, to do agriculture, to do construction, etc., etc., etc. And then when we look at the European system as well, we find that the Scandinavian countries in particular, Matt, I had the opportunity to visit a prison in one of the Scandinavia, Sweden to be exact, and it's like a hotel. And they have the least recidivism in the world. Sweden is one of the countries with the lowest levels of crime, because they understand what imprisonment means in terms of rehabilitation. So I want to make that point by saying, one, we need to look closely at our prison system, and we have to also pay attention to the fact that our prison officers, a lot of our prison officers are not trained. Some of them are political appointees, some of them are PAL rep sent, and many of them, to my mind, do not have that psychological, social, emotional conflict management kind of training or even sort of basic human interactive soft skills to deal with prisoners. That has to be done. One of the things I'm always baffled about is the way that we have prison officers who are in the prison office for years, and you hear still this. But Matt, let us not forget there are a lot of infractions in the prison, and we have to look at the things of abuse. It has been known for a while that a lot of prisoners are used for personal purposes by prison officers and other people to do manual work, construction, carpentry, etc.
That is
on
true.
behalf of people in the prison there, and those kind of things there at no cost. And so we have to look at that very closely. But again, as I would say, in terms of what has to be done, we have what you call that visiting justices of the prison. What do they do?
I'll
They
tell,
interview the
I'll tell you.
prisoners.
I'll tell you what, Simeon. We have many issues to explore, so we maybe do that sometime later. But we have an appointment there with our friends from the National Cooperative Credit Union, so we'll take it for now, and we'll talk a little later. There are many other issues that we want to explore. Okay,
All
Mr.
right,
Joseph. But
no
thank you
problem,
very
man.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. As always, great job.
Are you thinking of developing your skills or considering a career change? Then the National Cooperative Credit Union Learn While You Earn loan is designed just for you. Get qualified with a Learn While You Earn loan and enjoy an affordable monthly payment, very special terms, and free loan protection coverage. Stay on the job and invest in your education. NCCU wants to help you succeed. So visit a branch and apply for the unique Learn While You Earn loan and study the smart way. Terms and conditions apply.
From the cradle to the grave, you don't have to do nothing. You need a loan, you want to stay. You want come and visit us today. With a commitment to quality, therefore you and me was one the family, but now with the community, making life easy, like it. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA,
save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
You all the way.
Your community financial partner.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Of course, we want to welcome our team from the NCCU. Good morning. Good morning again. Let's introduce our guest.
Good morning, Matt.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Are you laughing?
Sorry, I just saw something on my phone. I'm sorry,
Uh-oh.
but at least it gave me an extra smile for the radio.
You don't want to share?
No, no.
I wonder what this is about.
I'm claiming privacy on this one. Good morning, everybody. And the song of my voice, of course, this is Shari Pascal Maroney, marketing manager of NCCU. Special, extra special good morning to the members of the NCCU. Do I need to say it? You know what to do if you want that greeting. Become a member of the NCCU. Very happy to be here with everybody. Trust that we are all doing well. Those of us here in Dominica, and of course, those of us abroad who are listening to Q95. This is your NCCU team. Of course, I'll let my team introduce themselves.
Good morning. My name is Dwight Davis, and I'm one of the marketing assistants at the NCCU.
Good morning, Matt, and good morning to listeners of the big station, Q95. Always happy to be here. A bit under the weather, it's not bright and sunny outside. However, we're bringing that sunshine to Q95 and the listeners.
I was wondering what the big smile is about. Well, thank you.
I mean, we're happy. We're a happy bunch.
Okay.
The marketing team, we always bring in the vibes. Where the vibes engine of NCCU. So we must be happy. We cannot be down and gloomy, Matt.
As a matter of fact, when you walked in, I was saying, who's that 16-year-old?
Okay. I'm flipping my hair on that.
Well, the good thing about rain or shine, we keep up. We keep up. Rain or shine. And rain is not a bad thing. I actually do like the rain. It deters you from doing certain things, yes, that you had planned. But in reality, I like a good rainy day.
Especially in the evening?
It doesn't matter what time of day, Matt.
Really?
Okay, so I'll give you a little story on myself before we talk NCCU.
Okay.
My favorite thing when I am in Grand Fall, when I'm home by my parents, is when it starts to rain in the night. To the point that my parents know me so well that, and shout out to my folks because I know they're listening. Good morning, mommy. Good morning, daddy. That as soon as it starts raining, it doesn't matter what it is, they'll just tell me, okay, good night. Because they know I'm going to bed. Because there's something about the rain falling on the galvanized when you hear that. Nothing beats that for me.
You're right about that.
Yeah, so once you see I am up in Grand Fall and it starts to rain in the evening, that's it. Gone. Gone. Even if I'm not asleep, but I am going to lie down on the bed.
You love the rain.
I love the rain. And so during the day, if it's raining, give me a good book. Give me a movie. I am a C-drama. I'm a Chinese drama fanatic. I will find one to look at or many to look at. Matt, I'm good. So I do love the rain. We know that, certain things you have to do. You need the sun.
Right.
But it doesn't change. It doesn't change my disposition.
All right.
I'm happy nonetheless.
So let's talk credit union.
Let's talk credit union. So we have quite a few things. As always, guys, NCCU's on the airwaves. So something is going on and we are here to promote something you may have known about or something that you didn't realize that we offer. As we always say, you can think it, we have that too. So we are today going to talk about how you can open doorways for your success or how our solutions can give you that stepping stone that you need to change your life around. And of course, we are talking education. Remember that Calypso education, come on here and let us get some. If you don't get it, you will regret it. It's still true.
That's the mighty sparrow.
It is still, and it's still very true. We have AI and we have all those things, but guys, even to use AI properly, guess what? You need the knowledge. So education is key. So we're here to talk a bit on what NCCU is offering as solutions to education. And we are very happy we are able to do this because a couple of times we've been here before, the comments and the calls were the education rate is just too high and we cannot do anything with our children with that rate. So it brings us great pleasure that we're speaking about things now that have changed and change for the better. So we'll talk on all the different options that we have for our lovely members.
Well, talk to us.
Good morning again, everybody. One of the things that the National Cooperative prides ourselves on is that we really try to get into the community and uplift all of our members. And one of the things that will uplift you both financially and personally, besides buying a house or buying some land, is your education. We have heard the cries of our members, like Shari just said earlier. And one of the things that we are doing for general education loan is that we have brought down the interest rate to 7%. And we've also extended the credit that you can get up to $250,000 with a 10-year repayment plan. This is something that is available for all your levels of higher education. So if you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman, accountant, anything, you can come to the National Cooperative Credit Union and you can get that loan to further yourself and open the doors for financial freedom for yourself. With our education loan, we do know as well that if you go overseas and when you have to, look for a job or you have to settle down, it's going to be very hard for you to start back paying. So we do have a 6-month grace period on our general education loan. in which you will not have to pay back on your interest during that time.
Is there a limit?
There's a limit up to $250,000 in terms of how much credit you can be able to pull out.
All right. But sometimes we have some difficulty in terms of repayment. As you said, as you just indicated there, some people are allowed to pay interest while they're at school. Do you have that? Do you have the plan as well?
Yes, that's why we have our grace period in place, and we also have a phased repayment period in which you would have a conversation with your loan officer and the best installment agreement to be made for you.
Okay. So what do you have to bring forward to get that?
You would need to bring forward your letter of acceptance. On the letter of acceptance, you would have your costs. You would have how much you would have to pay in tuition per year. You would have to bring in all your other supporting documents like your collateral, your proof of address, your insurance when you go overseas, and so on. So all those things are necessary. All those things are necessary to build a history on you and to build some sort of backing to you to know that we are getting the right person in loan.
Okay, but can you speak about the interest for this particular loan?
7%.
7%.
7% interest. It was 11% before, so we definitely are the Carrefour members, and we.
It was 11% before.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Yes. So, Matt, NCCU has 3 financing options for members who want to pursue their education. There's a saying that goes that education is an investment. It's an investment that always pays higher returns. And like I said, we offer 3 financing options for education at any level. So Mr. Dwight spoke about our general education loan. I'm going to focus on the Learn While You Earn loan. So many professionals want to upgrade their qualifications, but we understand that people struggle as well to balance tuition costs and with everyday expenses. So the Learn While You Earn loan, what it does is that it is intended for individuals who are working while pursuing further education. So this allows you to invest in your education without pausing your career, without pausing your steady income, without leaving the country. We know some people are patriotic. They would like to remain in Dominica. In spite of most of our young people may be migrating to what they deem greener pastures.
Well, that is changing quickly too, huh?
It is. So,
Trump has made it a reality.
Well, absolutely. That's why we have the Learn While You Earn loan. You can pursue your options online. You can pursue your options at tertiary institutions such as UWI. And you can still be in Dominica working. So one of the key benefits, of course, is our flexible repayment options that are aligned to person's income. What is needed for this? You would need basic requirements such as a job letter, recent salary slips, letter of acceptance from an accredited institution, the program costs, and if you have any other major related expenses, such as a purchase of a laptop or a tablet, you would need to provide us with these invoices. Let's talk about the terms, the basic terms. We have a repayment period of up to 6 years for unsecured loans, and shares, of course, based on the loan amount, and a loan limit of $20,000 for unsecured loans. And of course, basic requirements such as minimum savings amount based on the loan amount that you are requesting. So moving on now to our back to school loan. This loan is designed, of course, for parents of children going to school, primary school, secondary school. We know that the start of the school year can sometimes place some additional burdens on parents. And we also know that uniform purchase, textbooks, devices, and supplies, all these are added expenses. And the cost can, of course, add up quickly. So our back to school loan helps parents and guardians ensure that their children start the school year fully prepared. The key benefits of this loan is that it covers school supplies, of course. It covers uniforms, books, and educational essentials. You have quick access to funds at NCCU. We have affordable repayment terms for this back to school loan. And you can also focus on your children's success without the burden of financial stress because of our flexible repayment options. Of course, this is one of the loans that was also revamped. We spoke about going back to the drawing board and looking at the interest rates to fit the needs of our members. So this the back to school loan is also one of the loans that was revamped. Its terms was revamped.
Let me just interject. So it went from 8% to 6%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went down. Yes.
Well, what can you use to cover these loans? A piece of land, or I need to know because, of course, many people are saying, "I want to send my daughter to school, but I don't have the means to do that for my son."
Well, yes, if you do have a title, that is something that can be used. But I cannot answer that just carte blanche because it is dependent on what the value is. So, of course, it's good to have the titles for whether it's the house, whether it's the land. But if the loan that you're taking supersedes what the value is, then we still have to have an additional conversation. So while I can say yes, having the title is great for security and everything, and it can be used, it still warrants a conversation with the loans officer to assess the entire situation. Of course, there are, like Dwight was saying, there are some of those things that would be unsecured. For example, like the back to school would be one that would be unsecured. But for the general education to send somebody out, you would need to have security.
How many years you have to pay to repay? Let's say, 13 years for the school loans. All right.
Yes.
Well, for the general education,
yes.
10 years and a three-year extension based on your circumstances. Yeah.
How old do you have to be before you get the loan?
Well, the thing about it is with the general education loan, there is a point of it where you need to have someone servicing that loan for you. So typically you find that the student is not the one taking the loan. It is usually the parent or the guardian who is taking the loan, the person who is here, because they service the loan while the child is always studying. However, we do have, again, like I said, based on circumstances, it warrants a conversation with the institution to come in and have that conversation, because there are students who would have started their education journey while they're home and then transition to on-campus life. So if you do the learn while you earn, obviously you take your loan yourself, you're here, then you want to transition over to campus life. Come and have a conversation, because there are ways to have different packages, I should say, because it's not with the credit union, as we would maybe all know, I hope we all know, it's not a one size fits all thing with credit union. It is meant to make the members' lives better and to improve the quality of life of the members. So if our qualities are all different, so it cannot be a one-stop shop. Well, it's a one-stop shop, but it cannot be a one suit that we're going to try everybody to fix their life into that.
Okay.
We have to have the conversation, because if your quality of life is what we want to improve, but it's different from hers, we have to make it work.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. I'm sure somebody out there is thinking about the question. All right. So my daughter has been offered a scholarship, or my son has been offered a scholarship. And during that period, that individual may be having some difficulty, repaying that loan because the government is not fulfilling the commitment. How do you deal with a situation like that?
Very easy. Come and talk to us. No, I cannot speak from the collections department. What in terms of saying this is what we will do, because again, scenarios matter. They have to do a deep dive into the financials. How much is owed? What is it? How default or in default is it? How delinquent is it? However, what I will say is, and this is another drive that we are on to inform the membership, there are so many ways to help the membership with loans that are becoming a problem for them. So many ways. But we cannot do anything if we don't know. So the key to this is to have a conversation with the collections department of the NCCU. You would be surprised the number of things that can be done.
Why collection? And they're not the ones owing though.
No, but if you're saying that the person has the scholarship,
the commitment from the government to pay,
right?
But they have difficulty because government is having difficulty.
Yeah, so then I'm assuming that the person maybe then took a loan to push their son or daughter forward.
Want to take a loan.
They want to. So then they come in and have a conversation with the loans department.
Because the government is not fulfilling.
They're not fulfilling. So you're gonna have to have a conversation with the loans department. That from that end, okay. I thought it was at the point where they decided to go ahead and take the loan, and then they were still having issues. So no, my apologies. So they come in to have a conversation with the loans department.
That's why I was worried. Collections.
Wise collections, yeah. So I was taking it a step further. I was too advanced. I was ready to graduate, and we're still in the first semester, first year.
Yeah.
Right. So no, come and have the conversation with the loans officer. Let us look at what the situation is, what you can afford, because the reality is you may actually have to take the loan to to complete.
Because some students are being threatened to be sent out.
Right, exactly. So if that is something that is the situation for you, and you are looking to see what you can do for your son or your daughter, you just come in and have the conversation. Let the loans officer do the assessment on the finances and see what is available. It may not necessarily be an education loan. You may just be you may just need to get something to push for the tuition for that semester only. It may just be half of that you need, but we cannot say until we know what the details are.
Come in and have a
no matter what, Matt, whether it was from the point of collections or it's from the point of the loan. As we always say, we are here to help the membership, but we cannot help if we don't know what the situation is. So please come in and have a conversation with us.
Let's take a break on that one. Thank you very much.
You need a loan, you want to see. You want from a visitors today. With a commitment to quality. Therefore, you and me was one the family, but now with a community. Making life easy, like everything. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage,
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA,
save for your golden years, and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
You all the way.
Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
Are you thinking of developing your skills or considering a career change? Then the National Cooperative Credit Union Learn While You Earn loan is designed just for you. Get qualified with a Learn While You Earn loan and enjoy an affordable monthly payment, very special terms, and free loan protection coverage. Stay on the job and invest in your education. NCCU wants to help you succeed. So visit a branch and apply for the unique Learn While You Earn loan and study the smart way. Terms and conditions apply.
Education, this is the foundation. Our rising population needs sound education to be recognized anywhere you go. Have your certificate to show to enjoy any kind of happiness. Knowledge is the key to success. Children go to school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life, you won't get well here. Without an education in your head, your whole life, your misery, you're better off dead.
Take advantage of this education loans being offered by the NCCU.
Don't allow companions to lead you astray. To earn tomorrow, you got to learn.
This is where we segue back in the conversation. I know you love that song.
Yes, I do actually. We're right back in the education conversation. So, of course, all the information that we have given is available on our website, nccudominica.com, nccudominica.com. And of course, if you follow us on social media, we continue to put information out there on what is happening with NCCU. But I want to specifically invite our members to what we are having, which is something new that we've not had before. And we're doing this in an effort to continue the education drive on education loans. So we're educating you on education. And we're having an education loan mixer. We're calling it a mixer because we want people to come and mingle with us and ask questions and get information and everything that we spoke about, everything we did not touch on because of the time. It's your opportunity to come and get that information. So we're calling on students of the high schools. We're calling on students of the college, even those who may be already enrolled at UE distance education, but they're looking to figure out how they're going to finance the rest of their semesters and so on. We're calling on the parents who want to send the children to study. We're calling on the children the people who want to study while they are at work. This is for you. It is going to be at the Prevost Cinema, the ballroom, which is the top floor conference room at the Prevost Cinema, and it is happening on March 25th. So that is next week, Wednesday, March 25th, next week, Wednesday from 3 p.m. So you have 2 hours to come in between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to come in and mingle with us at our education loan mixer. We will be there to answer your questions. We will have loans officers there who will be able to look at your scenarios and give you, best advice as to what can work for you from what the NCCU is offering. No, it's not something that you have to come at 3 p.m. and sit through until 5. It's not a session. It's not a panel discussion. It is a mixer. So you can walk in at any time between 3 to 5. You move around the room. You have the conversation. You ask questions. You mingle. You network. And then you can move out from there with information that you did not walk in with. No, I want to put a shameless plug there because I am what should I say, a product of Learn While You Earn. Guys, this is something that is very, very, very good. Please take advantage of it, especially if you are either not able to leave the country, you're not willing to leave the country, because you do have people who are just not interested in traveling and doing campus life or getting an apartment and just being in a foreign country. There are people like that. Everybody's journey is different. So if that speaks to you, Learn While You Earn is for you. You work while you do your studies, and it helps with the payment of the loan as well, because you actually are employed, so you can use that money to put towards paying your loan right away. So I am a product of Learn While You Earn, so I usually toot the horn of Learn While You Earn even more than that of the general education loan, again, because there's something for everybody. And like I said earlier, you think of it, we have that too. So I kind of go because I have children, little children maybe that I cannot leave behind. I just got married. I don't want to leave my husband, or I don't want to leave my wife. I have an elderly parent that I'm taking care of. Things like that. There are situations that dictate people not being able to leave the country that they are living in, for extended periods. So Learn While You Earn is for you. It calls for discipline, but so does being on campus. You have to be disciplined no matter what. If you want to get those good grades, you have to be disciplined. So there are times when you're going to have to say, okay, I am not able to go out because you're home. It's very easy for you to say, well, I'm home, I can do that later. But you have to set the boundaries for yourself. So you put yourself on that same rule as you would if you were on campus and you had to set study times. You go where you have to go. You find yourself in the library. You find yourself at home, and you stick to your schedules. You make your schedules and you stick to it. And then you get your grades, and then you can go for your graduation. So it's not anything to frown upon, staying here and doing your studies. So if that works for you, we're very happy that NCCU can offer that as an option. I was just doing a shameless plug, Matt, because I'm a product of Learn While You Earn.
Mhm.
Yes, that's what I did.
That's what you did.
That's what I did.
But still in Dominica?
I stayed in
All this
Dominica
time?
all this time. Did both of my degrees in Dominica. Went to my graduation, and I always say it's very funny. Yeah, I'm working for the company that gave me the loan. I wasn't working there at the time when I took the loan, but I'm right back. Like I said, I guess it's okay for them because they know their money, sure.
You know, a lot of people just feel that they have to go.
Yes, there's an unwritten pressure, to actually go away to study.
You're right.
I didn't know it until the time when I came to the point of applying for schools and looking at what was my next step. There's this an underlying and unwritten, I don't even know what's the correct way to say, a pressure that just tells you, for you to feel like you actually went to school, you have to go to school, like physically leave the country. And it is a very, very wrong notion, guys. And it is not for everybody. Could I have gone? Yes. Was the means available to go for me? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that I didn't feel I would have thrived on campus? No. I feel I would have done very well if I'd gone on campus. I just chose to stay. And again, as I say, cause for discipline, I know that I would have been able to do it and balance work and school at the same time.
Sometimes the pressure comes from the parent.
True. Yes. I feel like really and truly the and this is not, of course, not me deterring anybody from going, because campus life is something to look forward to as well.
It's a different experience.
It's a different experience. But the reality of it at the end of the day is walking down the aisle in your graduation gown and receiving your certificate. That's the end game,
You make it sound like it's some marriage.
Listen, Matt, that was that was supposed to be my first big aisle that I walked down.
All right.
But I did not go to my graduation for the first degree.
Okay.
So I got married so that I had my first big walk down an aisle. And then I did the graduation for the second degree and then walked down that aisle. So I had it that I thought I was going to do that aisle walk first, but I did the major one first, and then I did that. But it's big, yeah. There's prestige whether you were at the school physically or you did it online. I mean, I went to my graduation. There was nothing different for me. They treated me exactly the same as all the other students who actually were on campus. It's no difference.
But like we always say, there are always the different circumstances.
Yep.
And different conditions would apply to different people.
Yes.
That's why NCCU has something for everyone. And based on your circumstance, there are various requirements that you would like to meet or that you have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
My plug here would be, well, a lot of students go to study and never come back.
Never come back. Yes, we have that as well. And again, circumstances, because there are people who in reality, when you look at the situation that they came from, coming back doesn't make much sense. Not meaning that they cannot make a difference in the country that they come from, but it may be the home situation was not something to come back to. Remember, we have people coming from all walks of life. So home, maybe going away to study was just that escape that they needed from the unsettling situations at home.
Again, some of us have to stay at home, right?
Some of us have to stay, of course. I say it all the time. Somebody has to cash, somebody has to pump gas, somebody has to cook, somebody has to be a lawyer, somebody has to plant the food that we eat, somebody has to maintain the air conditioned unit, somebody has to fix the vehicles, somebody has to do something.
You're so right about that. When I was done studying, I just wanted to come back home.
Exactly. There you go.
All my friends stayed.
There you go.
I wanted to be home.
Yeah.
Pretty patriotic, Matt.
and almost all my friends went, and I stayed.
Again, some of us have to be at home. Let's wrap up the conversation here.
Right.
Go on,
Yeah. So we want to continue to just invite our members to please seek information and don't just say NCCU cannot do that, or it did not work for Jane, so it's not going to work for me. You are not Jane. And we want to have the conversation with you. Please remember that we said the Education Loan Mixer is happening on March 25th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Prevost Cinema Ballroom. That's the conference room at the top. And also that day is Loan Education Day. So throughout the day, you're going to see us posting and sharing little tips, tricks, things that people maybe did not know regarding loans. So the entire day is dubbed the Loan Education Day. So it's not just about education loans, but just loan education, just educating our members on loans and the processes. But at 3 p.m., we will have a mixer. So students, if you're looking to study, whether you're in high school or you're in college already, but you know you want to take that next step, this is for you. Parents who want to send their kids to study or finance the studying for their kids, this is for you. Come and meet with us between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Prevost Cinema on March 25th, and we will be happy to answer your questions, give you advice. Everything we spoke of, we will touch on it at that time on that day. Guys, AGM is also coming up. Remember, look out for the dates. Your time to vote, your time to shine, your time to say what it is you want to see as a membership, who you want to see running the institution as a membership. That's your opportunity to do that. And I just want to quickly say, we had some recent issues with our CEO Online platform over the last 2 to 3 weeks. We want to thank all the members for their patience. We know it was a very troubling time, tricky time, troublesome time. That's a tricklesome. I was just making our word there. Very inconveniencing, yes. And of course, like we always say, when you're in the hot seat, we're in the hot seat too. Because of course we are members. We're members, so we suffer too. I had to leave some things behind at the grocery because I couldn't go on. So, we were affected as well. So we understand firsthand what it is like, but we want to say thank you to the membership for standing with us. We know what it was like, and so we are very grateful, and thank you for always keeping us on our toes with the messages and for keeping us updated on what is happening, because sometimes these things happen and we're not aware of the magnitude until the members let us know, hey, I have been experiencing this. So keep it coming, guys. We need the communication lines to stay open. Thank you very much for doing that. And of course, if you have not followed us on social media, please do so, because all the information that we give, it is there and on our website at nccudominica.com.
Thank you very much. Come back soon, okay? Don't stay away.
Thank you, Matt.
Never.
And while we're talking about keeping the communication lines, we also want to our members to help. We want our members to rate us so that we can help serve them better.
Yes.
So go on our social media, go scan the QR code, look at the member feedback survey and rate us. Rate your credit union, the largest credit union in the OECS and Dominica, serving over 58,000 members. Help us serve you better.
All right. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Rate us.
Rate us, yes.
Okay. I'll go and check it out.
Please do. It's also on the website, so you cannot miss it.
All right, take care now. Have a great day.
Man. Thank you.
How's my friend? I haven't seen her for the day.
I thought you were not going to ask, so I said I'll address it off air, And imagine she came to mind when we were talking about was talking about the back to school loan and the children and then the expenses. And shout out to Monique. Good morning, Monique. She's on vacation, Matt.
Okay.
She's on vacation. She'll be back.
She's not taking care of any children.
No, living her best single life right now. No dependencies.
Is that a vacancy? Notice. We'll see you.
Bye.
Take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
You all the way.
Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
Are you thinking of developing your skills or considering a career change? Then the National Cooperative Credit Union Learn While You Earn loan is designed just for you. Get qualified with a Learn While You Earn loan and enjoy an affordable monthly payment, very special terms, and free loan protection coverage. Stay on the job and invest in your education. NCCU wants to help you succeed. So visit a branch and apply for the unique Learn While You Earn loan and study the smart way. Terms and conditions apply.
Dominica, get ready for the massive UWP General National Meeting in Lyon, Saturday, March 21st. A massive crowd of patriotic Dominican will gather to hear and to be informed of the state of the estate of Dominica. Team Dominica, the United Workers' Party, and thousands of dedicated supporters. Cost of living in Dominica is suffocating. Saturday, March 21st. Join the United Workers' Party. The silent majority is ready. From the north, the south, the east, and the west, an impactful lineup revealing shocking revelations. Stand with confidence for liberation and salvation. People in Dominica, Tired, frustrated, disappointed, even betrayed? You are not alone. The masses will converge in Lion Saturday, March 21. Come join the crowd. Be part of history with the UWP. The United Workers' Party power must change hands. This election cycle, it's all the way with the United Workers' Party. Surprising revelations.
Just the man that's been for too long, that's making no more.
Time to stand for Dewash.
If you want to kill me or you plan to kill me, go right ahead and do it, brother. I have no fear of nothing, no one at all.
Don't allow the authorities to destroy nature, the rivers, the mountain, the nature isle.
Don't call and complain about Dominicans not standing up. Where are you?
Make the call. Save Dewash.
It's not a war against the people. It's a war against wicked principalities in high and low places.
They're taking it to the next level. The courts. Call and make your contribution to save Dewash this Friday, 1 to 3. Make that call. Save Dewash. Voila! The UPP is coming your way. This Thursday, a grand public meeting. Join the political leader, Joshua Francis, and the top executive members. Speak about your future, the vision for the nature island of Dominica, job creation and electoral reform. Make Dominica great again. March 19th, next to Mr. Hayden Sharp. See your face in the place, the UPP in Warner. March 19th, 7 p.m. See you there.
Cough, cold, sore throat, getting you down? Get Fitzroy mentholated cough and cold syrup for the symptomatic relief of cough, colds, catarrh, and sore throats. Fitzroy cough and cold instantly release and can be taken every 2 hours. It is pleasant tasting and competitively priced. Fitzroy cough and cold is manufactured in England. Fitzroy cough and cold, the relief you're looking for.
Distributed by Jolly's Pharmacy Limited.
Are you tired of using deodorants that soil up your clothing and just don't work? Introducing Babyliss Invincible Deodorant, made with all natural ingredients, including beeswax and arrowroot. Our deodorant is gentle on your skin while still providing long-lasting protection against odor. Say goodbye to harsh chemicals and hello to all-day freshness and confidence with Babyliss Invincible Deodorant. Try it now and experience the difference for yourself. Available at Jolly's Pharmacy.
Real Ojaz. Hot Jolly's Pharmacy, the Royal Herb Blend Oil of Ojaz. It's like a miracle in a bottle. Fast-acting, healing, soothing, restoring dry, irritated, uncomfortable skin, varicose veins, joint pain relief, lung decongestion, fights inflammation. Use Oil of Ojaz to massage aching, tired muscles. These secret blended herbs has a soothing, mentholated calming effect, reducing anxiety, boosting your vitality and your immunity. Induces deep, rejuvenating sleep. Oil of Ojaz. Bon we met pour la peau chivée, inflammation, épaules, genoux, guacha. Cultivate wings to be blessed. Spleen may pass it boldinance. Oil of Ojaz. Proudly manufactured by Jolly's Pharmacy. Trusted by families all over the world. And available on Amazon.
Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing vibes to health with Health Vibes. Health Vibes. Each and every Wednesday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. with your hosts Trudy Kristen and co-host pharmacist Jacinta Fagan and Leona Jeremiah. Education, information, and a bit of humor, and not forgetting lots of vibes. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together with Health Vibes. So be sure to tune in each and every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
This morning feeling mystic. I had been patience and calling sick, but I end up in Jolly's Pharmacy. Great and down in the street, Jolly's fix up my immune system. Me feeling fit and strong, now I'm ready to work and become any mission. If you see me walking, Jolly's Pharmacy is number one, Jolly's walking. We cater for everyone, Jolly's walking. Boost up the immune system, Jolly's walking. Yo, Dominic, it's about Box. Whenever I'm in town and I'm feeling down, I head to Jolly's Pharmacy, then boost me up real quick. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare. Introducing Jolly's Pharmacy, brand new website. www.johnny's.gm. It's your time to jump the line. Shop now at johnny's.gm and have your items delivered in the comfort of your office. No more standing in line. No need to use your lunch hour to shop. Hassle-free shopping, safe and secure. Johnny's.gm features rush delivery, 1 hour. In-store pickup, regular delivery, 5 p.m. Cut-off time, 4 p.m. It's your time to jump the line. www.johnny's.gm. Johnny's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
Oh, and if they say convenience can make a big difference, then you can trust me. I know just where you should be. That is JP Mega. The one-stop shopping Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. Shop if you're not with your social. It's to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, JP Mega. The one-stop shopping Dominica, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. Shop it's to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, what a happy place. But just click some more any item and you automatically qualify for discounts. Check us out at the Mega Store in Fongole where there's lots of parking on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. JP Mega, the best family shopping experience.
Would you be missing the party this weekend because of that nagging cold and cough? Boost your body's immunity now by taking Feral Compound, a combination of vitamins and minerals to fight off coughs and cold, so you can be the life of the party again. Don't be restricted by those nagging coughs and cold. Take Feral today and enjoy the little joys of life. Feral Compound is for adults and children 14 years and older. Available at Jolly's Pharmacy and all our locations island-wide.
Oh, and if they say convenience can make a big difference, then you can trust me. I know just where you should